Hello everyone, the MLG Skylander Man 360 here today, and today we are reacting to Inspector Gadget versus Robocop. This was made by Galaxy Video, in which this is his first matchup, being his own unique series, Multiverse Matchup. Of course, he has another series that we will react sooner or later on the channel. I will announce when I will start reacting to it, but for right now, let's get into this reaction. Here we go. Oh no, thank you. That would be going to have to avoid. My goodness gracious. Oh god. Oh my. Golly. Going through all of the series. What in the world?
Robots, cyborgs, androids, whatever you want to think of, a sentient machine is one of the most common character types in science fiction. And sometimes people think that they'd make better law enforcement than vulnerable, emotional humans. This can vary.
Usually, robots turn out to be a bad choice, and they oftentimes want to overthrow and destroy humanity. But in this case, we've got two well-meaning cyborgs who want to benefit society. Must help that they have human brains and not AI.
Inspector Gadget, the multi-purpose dumb-luck detective.
And Robocop, the futuristic defender of Detroit.
For this first episode of Multiverse Match, we'll be pretty much using everything we could find, including games, comics, movie adaptations, and spin-off cartoons. Though of course, our primary source will be their original cartoon and movies respectively. Also no Robocop reboot. He's too different and he doesn't add much anyways. Unless you want Robocop to get his hand shot off.
Without any further ado, I'm Max and he's Ducko, and we're going to analyze these two half-human, half-robot heroes and determine who should win.
Inspector Gadget might have once been a detective named John Brown, according to the movies anyways. One story is that he died in an explosion set off by Dr. Claw. The other is that he slipped on a banana peel. What really matters is when he became known as Inspector Gadget, a globe-trotting detective after the evil organization known as MAD. Not the magazine. Rest in peace.
Wait. After his accident, he was upgraded with several gadgets inside his body, which allowed him to become a better detective.
Watching the cartoon.
Unlike his opponent, though, Gadget was actually perfectly happy with this change, and went on his way to try and solve some cases. There was a problem, though.
Inspector Gadget is kind of a bumbling idiot. Scratch the kind of if you're talking about his later series. Really, it's Penny and Brain, a kid and a dog, who are helping him out behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, when he calls for a gadget, he gets the wrong one even.
You could say that becoming a cyborg may have hindered his previous intelligence, but if he really did just slip on a banana peel, maybe he was always this dumb. Still, being a cyborg has its perks, as Gadget has become a well-tuned instrument, capable of amazing feats of strength.
You can already say that Gadget was thick-headed, but you can also take this literally, since he's constantly surviving falls, including, most impressively, when he fell off the Empire State Building. The ground was more harmed than he was. By this alone, he's at least wall level or higher, but that's not all.
Gadget is also known for surviving explosions daily. I mean, in the very opening he gets blown up into the Inspector Gadget title card. But aside from that, he's been in the epicenter of an explosion that destroyed a boat and was perfectly unharmed, and he even survived being in the middle of an electrical explosion that leveled an entire building.
This isn't the only time Gadget has survived building-destroying explosions, though. It actually happens quite a few times in Gadget and the Gadgetinis, of all things. He also gets stronger with unicorn milk, but we doubt he could get his hands on that in this fight.
I'd rather not know where the unicorn milk comes from.
He has strength to go with his durability, as he can KO a dolphin and a tiger with his mallets, slice through walls with a chainsaw, break down steel doors, lift large weights, including a tank even, thanks to his Gadget copter.
I really want to say Toon Force on this one. I really
break
do.
through a wall without even really trying to.
I want to say Toon Force,
right.
but I'll be wrong.
This body is a finely tuned instrument, capable of amazing feats of strength.
Gadget also has tremendous speed, able to dart around the place at cartoonish speeds. His gadgets even help in the speed department, but on his own, he's actually able to dodge Gatling gun fire and rapid laser fire. With his helicopter and jetpack, he tends to travel to far-off locations in a few seconds, and his jet feet, of course, make him faster than normal.
But physicality isn't as useful if you don't know how to wield it. Don't worry, he's actually a little bit smarter than you'd think.
Gadget may be a little airheaded most of the time, but he's proven on multiple occasions that, when the time calls for it, he can actually utilize his gadgets effectively. This usually shows when Penny or Brain are in trouble. The show actually seems to change how stupid Gadget can be sometimes. In the earlier episodes, he was actually a pretty competent detective.
But as time went on, it really varied, to say the least. But even when he's being really stupid, he managed to defeat his more competent evil clone. Granted, this was while he was trying to teach him to be a clown, not while actually trying to fight him. This is a good example of his luck as well. When he isn't even trying to, he manages to stumble into solving a case. At least he managed to intentionally win the similar battle against Dr. Claw's robot duplicate.
Finally, in Gadget's last case, after he had been fired, he still went ahead and competently arrested most of Dr. Claw's men, taking a heavy blow to his organization, all without the aid of Penny or Brain. This even got him his job back, further proving that even if Gadget has a bumbling reputation, he can be pretty competent when he's serious.
Finally, we get to a very important subject for Inspector Gadget, his titular gadgets.
Really, whenever Gadget says go Gadget anything, it has a tendency to appear, even when it gets really stupid like he wants to lower half of his body to become a clown car.
What in the world?
Go Gadget, my head is now forever a bone.
Go Gadget, the air is now mayonnaise.
Okay, not quite that level, but what he does have is still a good variety.
Okay.
He has extending arms, legs, and even neck. If they bother with that, who knows what else extends. His hands can become a phone, or shoot lasers, or bring out any number of other tools that could come in handy.
What do you mean by that,
Some
boy?
not quite as combat ready as others, like, well, a Pez dispenser or a bubble blower.
He can take out scissors, he can shoot out water, he can turn his middle finger into a flashlight, seriously, and his finger can become a screwdriver.
Oh, so he's
Not
Green
too
Lantern
useful,
all of
but
a
it's handy
sudden.
for detective work. Aside from that, Gadget's feet can turn into roller skates or rocket boots that let him get around more. Gadget can summon his Gadget copter, which lets him fly around, similar to his Gadget jetpack. Gadget can also pull on his jacket and inflate himself. Yeah. He can be popped like a balloon in this state, and he'll fly all around.
We're not done yet. Gadget can pull out various other tools to use in his detective work. Some of which can actually be pretty lethal, like his full arsenal, which includes missile launchers. And he even has a chainsaw, an electric net, a jackhammer, and more cartoonishly, an extending boxing glove and a mallet, which he can increase in size.
For more non-lethal approaches, Gadget can take out handcuffs in hope of arresting his foe. He can go Gadget oil slick, but this has a tendency to shoot out toothpaste instead. Gadget has cartoonishly large magnets that can pull metal opponents closer to him. He can use a grappling hook. He can protect himself from toxins with a gas mask. And he can freeze his surroundings with Refrigigadget. Finally, Gadget can fire out a portal that sucks people nearby inside it, and lets Gadget travel to far-off locations. We could go on, but you guys probably get it. He says it, it'll happen.
But that, like a few other gadgets, isn't quite reliable all the time.
Gadget's gadgets have a tendency to pop out at random times, or sometimes he'll get the wrong gadget. Plus, despite having literally thousands of gadgets, there are some things that he actually doesn't have.
And as we've alluded to several times already, Gadget isn't the sharpest gadget in the shed. Plus, he often relies on Penny and Brain, and some of his gadgets that he relies upon aren't very battle-ready.
Yeah, I'm sure his Pez dispenser is going to do a whole lot here. Still, when the going gets tough and the chips are down, Gadget can solve a case with the best of them, and show why he deserves his job as an inspector.
Don't worry, Chief. Even when I'm off duty, I'm on duty. Go Gadget legs.
Like Gadget, Robocop started as a human officer of the law, known as Alex Murphy, serving in the futuristic Detroit area. Unlike Gadget, we know for a fact that his death was brutal.
Ooh.
After Murphy had been killed by Clarence Boddicker and his gang of criminals, he was left in the hands of OCP, who owned the police force and Murphy's corpse, and could, in turn, do whatever they wanted with it. At the time, OCP was working on making law enforcement.
I'm kind of scared because this would be so much copyright.
And after Ed 209 malfunctioned, the Robocop project was brought up, and luckily, they just so happened to have the corpse they needed for it.
Alex Murphy soon became Robocop, the highly armored cyborg police officer that could take on the dangerous jobs regular police officers couldn't deal with. Which may be why they were trying to send police officers to do dangerous things before.
As a Robocop, Murphy gained extraordinary strength and durability at the cost of some speed. Well, sort of. But that comes later. First off, Robocop can casually bend guns and burst through walls like it was made out of wet paper. He's able to toss people around like dolls, one-shot the Ed 209 with an uppercut, and in the cartoon, things only got wackier.
There's a particular aspect of this cartoon that we'll get into later, but probably his biggest feat of strength comes from there. He stopped and pushed away a falling space station, which he directly stated to be 900 tons, and he didn't even seem to struggle that much with it.
And it's not like Robocop would lie about that, since boasting isn't really his thing, and we know he could likely have figured out the exact weight of what he was pushing. Aside from that, the Alpha Commando cartoon makes him even more athletic than normal. While Robocop is usually slow and clunky, he can actually outperform most of Metro City's police officers while also having a refrigerator tied to his back.
He also has computer-enhanced reflexes, and he can dodge bullets and lasers. But it's not like he really needs to, given how durable he is. Naturally, given how armored he is, with a mix of titanium and multiple layers of Kevlar, he can survive quite a lot.
Bullets do absolutely nothing, and even explosions tend to have little effect on Murphy. Robocop survives an explosion that destroys a gas station, an explosion that was intended to destroy a train station filled with thousands of people, an explosion that destroys and collapses a tower, and even an explosion that destroyed a tornado.
Robocop can also survive the pressures of both outer space and the ocean, and in fact, doesn't seem to need to breathe. And speaking of pressures, he managed to go against a hydraulic press that was hitting him with 3,000 psi. Something that may also be helpful for him is that he can adjust his nerve dampers to guard against things such as electrical attacks.
Dang.
Robocop is a highly skilled police officer. He's often seen taking out feared criminals and other more advanced robot models that should, by all means, outclass him.
Up to and including Gold Robocop, and also the Terminator, which may or may not be canon. But also important is that his human brain, plus the computer enhancements, leads to a very smart fighter, with an expert targeting computer that allows him to compute complex bullet trajectories, such as when he shot through the woman's dress to hit her rapist in the dick, or when he bounced a bullet off a door to harm the kidnapper but not his hostage.
Robocop has night vision and thermal vision, and can record video evidence. He can sense stress levels by hearing your voice, and figure out who you are by reading your fingerprints.
Robocop could also be susceptible to hacking and overrides, like the hidden OCP Prime directive, but sometimes he could just will through it, like in the Robocop Alpha Commando cartoon. Yeah. He also has his use of force alternatives from the live-action show, likely due to censorship, but at least it gives him different striking techniques. So, martial arts training, yeah.
Robocop has a large assortment of deadly weaponry used for cleaning the streets. He has the Auto 9, his standard pistol that he prefers using and loves to twirl. He has his tactical ordnance grenades from the TV series, which are sticky bombs that he can decide how powerful they are. There are 10 levels, and merely level 3 can destroy a metal door.
He also later gains the gun arm, which can work as a machine gun, or switch to a flamethrower, or even an anti-tank missile launcher. Not to mention the jetpack, which can fly through multiple city blocks in a few seconds, or even into outer space in about 35 seconds. It can also double as a recharging station.
Robocop has a data jack, which can be used for the intended purpose or for ripping out throats, as well as hacking other robots. He has ram bolts to keep himself in the ground when he's hit, and he has the Cobra Assault Cannon, one of his more powerful weapons, capable of destroying Ed 209 and leaving him with just a pair of legs. Then he's got a laser gun. Censorship, yeah.
Before we get into some more specialized devices, let's speed through various guns he's had. A Gatling gun, a rocket launcher, a grenade launcher, which follows Robocop's movement but doesn't harm him, a motion-seeking missile launcher that goes crazy swirling around the screen, and a fireball-spewing gun, which I guess is different from a flamethrower. It's like some sort of Contra spread gun that can block bullets and other projectiles.
Finally, it seems that Robocop took some inspiration from his opponent, because in Alpha Commando, Murphy winds up with what I can only call his gadgets. He can form a helicopter out of his head, he can form roller skates on his feet, and he can take out a tripwire to trip these Star Wars robots like it's The Empire Strikes Back.
Robocop gets even more gadget-like qualities, with extending limbs, and even seems to also become Iron Man, with a shoulder cannon, jet thrusters in his legs, and a shoulder flare that adds to Robocop's destruction of walls. He also has a glue gun, and more silly things like a straw that comes out of his finger.
I'd buy that for $1.
No, really. A few straws probably cost that much. As you can tell from the straw, Robocop has had his low moments. Murphy's humanity still leaves him open to some traumatic memories that can interfere with his goals if he's busy dealing with issues. Robocop can be taken apart pretty easily, and he needs to recharge every 24 hours.
Lucky for him, his jetpack can help with that. He's also generally seen as a bit slow and clunky, but this can vary, as we've said before. Unfortunately, his human physiology gives him some weaknesses, such as a vulnerable face and brain, as well as a mechanical heart vulnerable to heavy impacts. But it'll take a lot to get to that point.
However, Robocop has shown that when the time calls for it, he can will through anything and protect the innocent from corruption.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name? Murphy.
Now, with everything said about the fighters,
Let's see who will make a successful arrest and who has the right to be silenced. Let's begin.
Stop in the name of the law. I'm Inspector Gadget, and I'm here to take you in, you mad machine.
Sir, I am not a criminal. I am here to rescue civilians.
That's what I was here to do, you fiend. You can't fool me. You're a mad robot who started this fire, and you're out to stop me from saving the day. You even got rid of the local law enforcement before I got here. Judging by that empty police car, those mad agents employ a lot of highly advanced technology. But even if you're the latest thing that's standing in my way, I'm still taking you out, you sinister cyborg. Go, Gadget handcuffs. Ouch! This robot really packs a punch. I guess I'm going to have to get serious to make this arrest.
Fight!
Yeah, let's go.
Go, Gadget magnet.
Leave me to my job, Inspector.
Go, Gadget oil slick. Thought I got that fixed. Oh well. Go, Gadget mallet.
Oh crap.
Go, Gadget brick. Go, Gadget magnet.
Boy, what's that bird then?
Right on the animation. Crap. Come on.
Go, Gadget mallet.
Rollerblades.
Wait, you can do that too? despise violence, but your rude and criminal acts leave me no alternative. Go Gadget Arsenal!
Oh, Jesus. He ain't coming down. He's gonna keep going through it.
Clearly, you have no jurisdiction in this area. I suggest you should leave.
Time to outpace you, you vile villain!
Why?
Oh, this won't harm me that much. I'm pretty used to explosives.
That's not a regular explosive, Inspector. It is a tactical ordnance grenade.
Oh, go Gadget, anti-tactical ordnance grenade? Wowzers.
Looks like you got ahead of yourself.
I'd buy that for that dollar.
Go Gadget, at least he's not dead.
Really what this comes down to is that most physical advantages go to Robocop, as he's more consistently displayed strength and durability directly, and his feats tend to be on the side of consistently building level, whereas Gadgets seem to mostly amount to wall level, with the occasional building level durability feat thanks to Gadgetinis.
If we give Gadget the benefit of the doubt and say his strength matches his durability, and his overall building level, Murphy still winds up the stronger guy here. Robocop's feat of pushing 900 tons is way greater than anything shown by Gadget. The only physical advantage we could say Gadget has is speed, but even in reaction speed they were similar.
And Robocop is overall smarter and is always generally competent in his normal day-to-day patrols. Gadget only gets serious if his family, like Penny, are directly threatened, or through other extenuating circumstances. Usually he was reliant on dumb luck, or the aid of, well, Penny and Brain, again.
Even Gadget's pure versatility didn't help him here, since a lot of his most useful gadgets are actually matched or countered by Robocop as of Alpha Commando, where he basically becomes Inspector Gadget and Iron Man combined. So Gadget just gets left with, let's be honest here, mostly useless gadgets for a fight.
As for the electricity field, as mentioned earlier, Robocop has his adjustable nerve dampers that protect against electrical attacks, which Gadget doesn't have, making something like his electrical net useless against Robocop. On the other hand, Gadget has shown that he can indeed be negatively affected by electrical attacks, and they make him short-circuit. Not to mention that Robocop can also hack other robots with his data jack, which is another thing Gadget doesn't have much of a counter to.
Overall, while Inspector Gadget has a wider arsenal of weapons, he simply wasn't as skilled or as competent as Detroit's very own Robocop.
This makes the Multiverse match's winner Robocop.
Excuse me. I have to go. Somewhere there is a crime happening.
What is it? Whoa. Don't do that. Oh my god. So Papa and Ula. Okay. Oh, there's gonna be a lot. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh man. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed that reaction, please like, comment, subscribe. I will say this, I was mentioned about this series in one of my later comments back when I think I made, I think this was when I reacted to one of One Fish Mob's videos, but this series was mentioned to me, and as I stated before, there is another series that this person makes, so I will react to that series when I can, and I will update y'all if I have to. Anyway, guys, this is the MLG Skyman 360 signing out. See you later.